Welcome back to Combined by Lana. Today, I'm going to dive into something that I get asked about almost every day. Well, like two things, but my answer to both is pretty much the same. The question is about where snacks and treats fall into food combining, and the answer is really complex, so I thought it would make for a really interesting episode. Before I dive into that, I wanted to really quickly touch on something else. This week, I asked Instagram, just a Q&A, ask me anything. The question I got asked a crazy amount in the Q&A is about nuts and seeds, where they fit into food combining, how to properly combine with nuts and seeds. The answer is that it's best to treat nuts and seeds as a starch. That means that they pair with neutral vegetables, non-starchy vegetables like broccoli, asparagus, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Also, they technically pair with other starches. When you do pair nuts or seeds with other starches like rice or pasta, it's important to be mindful about your fullness. When you're having a meal that's that dense, even if that meal is properly food combined, it will still feel super heavy. Give yourself like a good 10 minutes to actually check in and see how full you are. Now to the main topic of this episode, snacks, treats, and food combining. This topic is super layered because there is a mental and emotional component to snacking and constantly craving treats. And that's not to say that somebody like me who is more mindful about what they eat isn't having chips or chocolate, because I haven't cut them out of my life. It's to say that if these things are constantly top of mind for you, there is a reason for that. Snacking usually comes from lack of sleep, boredom, or needing to feel fulfilled by something. And the same is usually said for treats if it's not the special occasion happy birthday cake. It's emotional to heavily rely or lean on a snack or a treat. And a lot of people, unless they scrolled up in our DMs on Instagram, don't really realize how hyper-focused they are in including these foods in their everyday lives. The real answer is check in with yourself and see if it is lack of energy that you're seeking out, or are you just not fulfilled by the meals that you're taking in? If your problem is lack of energy, then check out my episode on how to raise your energy levels naturally, because I've got some great tips in there that will help. If your problem is the latter, I challenge you to have raw leafy greens before your cooked food. For lunch, this could be having some celery sticks before your soup or your sandwich, or just having a big green salad. For dinner, I highly recommend having a big raw green salad full of raw hydrating veggies before your cooked food. Whole grounding foods will fill you up in every way, thus lessening your reliance on snacks and treats. Another component of snacking and having treats is how much your stomach and digestive system can actually handle it. By stacking food on top of each other, you are slowing down the digestion process. If you're having lunch and then you're just mindlessly having a snack a couple hours later, I don't care if it's the healthiest popcorn on the market, and then you're having dinner a few hours after that, you are stacking way too much food on top of each other, and you are slowing down the digestion process. And the same goes for if you're having a treat in the middle of the day. Now, going back to the fact that I'm in the cleansing life and I haven't cut chips and chocolate out of my own life. I don't have these foods daily. I don't even know if I have them weekly. But when I do, I have them at the very end of my day, knowing that I'm not having anything else after that. And should I feel called to buy these foods, there are two things that I look out for in terms of ingredients when I'm at the market, and that's clean oils and unrefined sugars. If any oils are included, this would be olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, and if any sugars are included, this would be coconut sugar, maple syrup, agave, honey if you're not vegan. If you feel like you're constantly craving sugar, try having fruit first thing in the morning before anything else, even before your first cup of coffee, because it's the purest form of sugar that you can take in, and I promise your energy levels are going to go crazy in the best way. Let me know if there's any other topics you want me to dive into. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, because I'm interviewing a couple of guests this week that you're not going to want to miss.